Hello, in this video I'm going to be making a costume for my 6-year-old son Jenson. Say hello, Jenson.
Hello, people.
And what we're going to make him, we're going to make him a superhero costume, maybe Buzz Lightyear or something kid-friendly like that. Is that what you want? What do you want?
Xenomorph.
A Xenomorph? You mean the big black scary thing from Alien? Yeah? Okay, cool. If you don't know what one of those is, this is a picture of one now. So as you can see, it's going to be perfect for a 6-year-old, and we're going to make it out of this, which is a ninja costume I bought on eBay, because it's all black. Got some black gloves, this also has a hood, and we've got some black plinth soles as well. And we're going to use some foam mats to add all the details on. So first thing to do is to make sure this actually fits. So we're going to try this on.
Get over here!
Epic Mortal Kombat reference. So here's the ninja costume. It's got the gloves that we've... Oh, yeah, he says he's a ninja. It's got the gloves we've added. And it's got some black plimp soles on the wrong feet, but whatever. This is going to be problematic for a Xenomorph because it's very baggy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin this to be tighter like this in a minute. Inside out probably though, so that I can stitch it on the inside to make all of these things really tight. Right, so this is now all sewn together a lot slimmer. So we just turn around for us a little bit. So it's not the neatest of sewing jobs, but it doesn't really matter because it's all going to get covered. I've cut out some paper templates now, and these are going to be made out of foam. So we're going to have a piece there for a thigh. I have a bit of shin going on here as well. I've just done the basic shapes out of these, which are going to make like a little backpack thing that will slip over the head and then velcro under the arms. This is going to have all the rib design and things on it. Right, so let's add some texture to these rather boring and one-dimensional fabric trousers and shirt. So to do that, I'm using some foam. This is just 5 or 6 mil, I think, EVA foam. It comes on a big roll, and I've made some little templates here that I'm going to stick to various parts of the suit. So I've got this one here, which is going to be on the front of the shin. Apply heat to those cuts. They open up by magic. And while that's nice and hot, I'm going to bend that so I wrap around the lower part of the leg. Right, there's a shin. I'm not going to stick these on yet, I'm going to paint them first, that way I can't get any paint on the fabric. Right, so here's all the little pieces I've made. I'm just going to put them to one side. I've also made some bits for the gloves. A bit to go on the back here. And I've just cut some claws out of foam that are going to stick on the end of each finger like this. And the shoes. Obviously you need to still be able to undo them. So I made this bit here that's going to go on the back, a piece for the front, which is this. Just going to stick on there like that. The next bit, which I'm going to do the head. And I've got this so far. So basically I've got a piece of foam, put it around Jenson's head. So his head will fit in this. This will sit on top of his head. And then I've cut a long curved ended rectangle out to outline the basic shape of the head. Right, skip forward an hour or so and I've made a basic shape of an alien head. It's just a representation of the mouth in the front there. This is going to be how Jenson's going to be able to see. Robocop style visor that's going to be covered with a black net. Okay, so all those pieces are now stuck together, how they was pinned a minute ago, and I've gone ahead and cut out a jaw. Ignore these are just stuck in there temporarily. They're going to be cut down and neatened up. They look a bit like Frankenstein at the moment, but the jaw, I just stuck a magnet on the top and the bottom there to hold it together. They'll be set back inside the mouth so you won't see them, but it's just a proof of concept at the moment. So the idea is you pull the jaw down and there's a little slider on the bottom here, and then you can slide the little mouth out. And then you slide it back in and push the jaw back up. Right, so the way that jaw works, it's just like that. It's like a little box with a little mouthpiece, and it just slides in and out of that. Got like a little runner there, a runner at the bottom there. And these sticks go down. This one's at the back to stop it from being able to do this. Right, it's time to give it some teeth. I've done the top teeth, and I did that by basically making a little template here out of some paper. Opens them all up. There you go. It's pretty scary. Just adding on some detail pieces to the lower part of the head because it looks all veiny. So I've just cut a strip off of the corner piece of foam and just sticking them on there willy-nilly. Okay, so now that the head is done, let's crack on with the body. So I've done this, I've made this out of one of those templates I showed you earlier. Line down the middle there, that's going to be like the sternum, because he's got pretty much an exposed looking rib cage from the pictures I've looked at. So I've taken some strips and I've gone and held my knife at an angle and beveled the edges. And these are going to be ribs. So I'm going to stick them on, looking at my reference picture at hopefully the right angle. So there's the ribs, all pinned on, and I've now also cut out a piece as wide as my ruler, which is also as wide as these. It's going to go up here. Now, I'm going to want to heat this, because if I try and glue it as is, it's going to try and spring back open like that, and it will just, the glue will pull apart. I'm just going to hold that for a sec while the foam cools down, and it'll hold that shape. There we go, one. Now it needs to be too high, and it's kind of curved like these ribs. So I've gone and cut the edges of those in exactly the same way. There you go, one shoulder thing. Next thing to add to the body are these weird pipey things that he's got on his back. No idea what they are, but I've cut these funny shapes out. It's going to be 3 layers thick. I've done this one the opposite side, so that way you get smooth sides all around. Right, now that's stuck together, it's a bit square looking, so I'm going to take the corners off of that with a very, very sharp knife. There you go. I'm just going to pin that onto the back. Along with the other 3 I've done. A little bit of glue later and everything is now stuck on. So I've got all the ribs on the front, some weird sternum detail, the shoulder thingy bobs, some ribs on the back, detail here, these, God knows what they are. Only thing left to do now is to give it a spine, which is going to go down into the tail. Now I'm not going to have the tail just flopping about because it'll become a trip hazard. So I'm going to have the towel come down and up and round and attach to one of these probably, and then be like pointing upwards so it's not dragging across the floor and people are going to step on it or trip over it. Now how am I going to make the tail? I was toying with ideas such as maybe cutting out lots of little discs similar to like a washer, then taking something flexible like some conduit and then putting one on of one size, then a smaller one like a spacer, then another one, and so on and so on. But that would mean cutting out tons and tons and tons of little shapes and putting holes in them and blah blah blah. And then I had a genius idea using these, usually rubbish because they're the edge parts of the mats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 of them and have one that way, one the other way, and then one facing downwards, and I'm going to cut these into spikes, cut these into small spikes, and then stick them together something like that. I have the size of the foam so the glue sticks better. Here's the towel all made and stuck together, and it's absolutely ginormous. It's got a little spiky end as well. Right, that's the towel all stuck on now, and I've attached it to these pipe things on the back here so it doesn't drag across the floor. So look at me. Turn your head to look towards the wall with the laptop on. That's it. Now turn the other way. Now do the mouth thing.
So this is the last bit of my costume. So we're gonna paint it. All these bits you can see here. We're gonna do it like
yeah, stab it all in so it gets all in the grooves.
Now Sarah's just speaking.
And then brush over it. That's it. I'm not sure whether this is father-son bonding or slave labour. I think you got something on your face. Yeah, right there, look.
What is it?
Hey.
How do I get down my face?
Don't know. Help us run off to play Minecraft. There's going to be no video of me painting the body because it was a complete faff trying to paint it and not get paint all up myself or anything else. The towel had so much surface area to it, it took ages. But that's done now and hanging over the back of a chair drying. I'm just hoping I don't have to do a second coat. Well, all the black paint is dried and it's come out really well. It's shiny-ish, but not too shiny, which is good. I want it to be really reflective. The kind of paint I used was just silk house paint, the stuff you used to paint your walls with. And I've got tons of that left, as I use hardly any. I also made this. This is like a weird shaped thing with windows cut in it and some black tights, ladies' tights, that I kind of borrowed. Stuck over the front of it, and that's supposed to be to go in that hole where the eyes were. I put that in and asked Jenson if he could see, and he said yeah, and I let her look at him and I could see he was looking more through the mouth than anything. So I decided to just blank that off, stuck a couple of extra veiny things and some lips on it, and you can see perfectly well between the teeth there, even when the mouth's closed. So that was a, you know, he could have said that before, that little pleb. But anyway, next thing to do is to paint the teeth, claws and toenails. So I'm just going to hopefully neatly give him some shiny teeth. I don't want to go in the gaps between the teeth because I want all the teeth to stand out. There you go, some silver teeth. They look very cool. Do the same thing to the little mouth inside. Upper and lower jaw's done. Now onto the feet. I'm going to give him a little pedicure. Right, just going to stick the fingernails on. Now, if I was just going to put glue on this and stick this down, I'm probably going to stick the ends of the finger together. So I'm going to take some pens, some thick marker pens, and stuff them in the fingers there, so that doesn't happen. Blob of glue. Magic. So we've got an upper arm piece here. So if you just give me your arm, don't move, keep it that way round. That goes on there, doesn't it? Bend your arm for me. So get a bit higher. There we go. So you can still move your arm with that, like that, can't you? Okay, so keep your arm straight. I'll use my chalk and hopefully. Yeah, look at that.
You drawed on the paint.
That's okay. It'll rub off. It's only chalk. You need to be careful not to rub it off again. Right, started sticking the pieces on to the suit. Done the upper body onto the lower body now. Here's 2 bits I've already done on the lower leg. Now I can't just lay these flat and stick them to the suit because I would stick the front to the back. Plus these are curved, so it's not going to work. So what I've done is I've taken something similar size to Jenson's arms and legs, which is a pool noodle, and I've wrapped it in duct tape. Otherwise you're going to end up with the glue seeping through and tearing the foam off, and it'll be all blue and foamy on the inside, which I can't imagine to be too comfortable. So I'm going to just stuff that in the trouser leg and then start off with the lower leg section. Just get around the edge. I'm just going to hold that on there until the glue is set. There we go, slide that out, and there's the lower leg done. Onto the upper leg. Now I can't just use the pool noodle as it is, because even though he's never been to the gym in his life and he has skipped leg day, his legs aren't quite that skinny. But I've held this up to his leg and his leg is about that thick. So I just need to tape that together like that, and that will be his start. Oh no, that's the back. What a pleb. Nearly ruined that. That's the front. Stick that on the wrong bit and that would have been game over, man. Game over. And then let's start all over again with a brand new pair of tights. Ta-da! And here he is all done. So turn sideways for me. The head is all on there, we've got all these body bits on. Turn around so you can see your back. His tail is stuck in that position so it can't drag across the floor or catch on anything. Just have to be careful when he walks around corners and stuff, because he'll catch this on like door frames and stuff like that. Turn around a bit more so you can see it from this side, and face the camera again. Give us a scary pose. Oh, look at that, that's cool. That's cool. And we've got his little mouth in here. You want to try doing it? That's it. That's it. You got it. You had it. You had it. It's just there, look. Just there, look. There you go. Ah, look at that. That's cool. Pop it back in. Awesome. Did a little bit of practice, Mr. Xenomorph. So cool. What do you think?
Good.
Is it good? You're going to scare some people. Yeah. So that's it. Job done. Okay, so there's this costume all done. There's Xenomorph scaled down to 6-year-old size. Obviously you could scale it up to full size if you wanted to. This is very basic detailing, but you could use the same techniques to do a full-size Xenomorph costume. This is a juvenile Xenomorph, I suppose. A couple of hours after he's been a chest buster, he'll be about this size, I'd imagine. Obviously now that I've built a costume for my son, my daughter now wants to be something really cool, so no idea what we're going to... Something nice. Uh-oh, I know what that is. We better run. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye!